first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Washington. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is the offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset.
And his first look is incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Allen. He'll check this down to Hines. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe.
At the 50-yard line.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
right at the 50-yard line.
Huntley to throw.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it.
And the Bills are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Allen.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's Huntley. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Gibson.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
And some room to maneuver.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Singletary again. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
The Bills had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now it's Hines. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Right back to him on 1st down.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Part of their strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They run with Hines. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here.
The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
On first and 10, it's Gibson.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw, Huntley.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a single caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on 4th down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit.
Made his first, this now from 42 yards out.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will tie things up at 6-6.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Huntley. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Huntley. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here for the 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
He's got the 1st down and more. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Singletary not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. On the move to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills have taken the lead. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They're set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Huntley looking for Dotson, and he's got him. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Okay,
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Huntley out left to Dotson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Huntley. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly.
Singletary loses it, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
Here we go, here we go. 18 runners.
The final shot before break. Huntley. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On play action, Allen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ready.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Ready.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a first kick, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return out shy of midfield at the 46-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. To the air, Allen. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Looking to throw. Huntley. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Huntley. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the 3rd quarter in Tampa. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 14. And again, it's Allen. This to Hines on the drop-off.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Allen going to throw. Finds Hines again for the completion. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the posts. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
Huntley's throw into the hands of McLaurin.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Ready, ready.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Huntley. And now here's another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Kendall Fuller in on the stop. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Here's Hines. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 69 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he stopped immediately there. Rocky Sin there to make the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Oh, it's a jet sweep. Here's Davis. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The kick by Bass is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted them.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Ryan.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. What the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. Room here to run. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 95 yards rushing now for Singletary, and he's got a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Bass is good. And you can bump the lead up to 9. It's 15-6. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
There's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Here's Huntley. He'll buy some time right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, He stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Huntley. He's got McLaurin. And brought down, but not before he gets a good gain and a first down, up shy of the 40.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Huntley. Complete, it's Dodson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout